There is a massive lie in the trading industry. People will tell you that traders blow their accounts because they lack knowledge, or because they choose the wrong strategy, or because they didn't draw their trend lines perfectly. That is not why people disappear from the market. People disappear because they absolutely cannot handle the feeling of living in total uncertainty. If you have ever stared at the chart while it moves hundreds of points in few hours, if you have seen a single 1 hour candle wipe out 3 days of accumulation, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your heart beats a little faster, your hands get warm, you can't blink, and a tiny, dangerous voice in your head whispers, maybe this is my big opportunity. Let's jump in. Welcome to Market Sector. After 9 years of staring at these charts, I am going to tell you the brutal, unfiltered truth about what it actually takes to survive this game. Let's dive in. Act 1, the easiest time to die. If you traded gold or silver through 2025 and the start of 2026, the market has been completely insane. We are talking about weeks where gold moved 1,000 pips. Candles that used to only exist in history books are now happening on a random Tuesday. New traders look at this volatility and think, this is the easiest time to make a fortune. But veterans who have been around for a decade look at this market and think, this is the easiest time to die. People always ask me, after 9 years, what is your ultimate secret? And my answer always disappoints them. My biggest secret in trading is survival. It's not catching the exact top or bottom. It's not making $1 million in a month. It is simply waking up, looking at your account, and realizing you are still in the game. When I first started, I thought a big win meant multiplying my account by 10. I thought one giant trade will change my life forever. A few years later, my definition of a big win changed to make a consistent percentage a year. But today, after 9 years, I will let you in on a secret. Sometimes a big win is simply going a whole year without losing more than 15% and actually sleeping 8 hours every single night. If you have ever stayed awake until 3 a.m. sweating over a red PNL, you know what I mean. Good sleep is a form of profit. Act 2, the agony of not knowing. Here is the first painful truth. Trading is not a game of certainty, it is a game of managing uncertainty. Human beings are biologically programmed to hate not knowing what comes next. In the wild, if a caveman was uncertain about a rustling bush, he ran away to survive. But in trading, that exact same survival instinct will bankrupt you. You can have a perfect strategy, flawless risk management, and a beautiful trading journal, but you still have absolutely no idea if your next trade will win or lose. The agony of not knowing is what destroys people. They enter a trade too early just to end the suspense. They hold a losing trade way too long because they can't stomach the feeling of being wrong. They close a massive winner for a tiny $10 profit just to relieve the tension. They aren't trading the chart, they are paying the market to make their anxiety go away. The greatest investment opportunities always appear when your emotions feels the worst, when the market is bleeding, when the news is terrifying, when every fiber of your being says don't buy. This is usually the exact moment real opportunities strike. Trading is a cage match between your logic and your emotion, and you have to decide who is going to win. Act 3, the true definition of patience. Everyone tells you to be patient. You read it in books, you hear it in videos, but you don't actually understand patience until you are sitting alone in front of a live chart. Beginners think patience means sitting there doing nothing. Wrong. Patience is sitting there feeling like you are missing the greatest opportunity of your life and still doing nothing. You open the chart, the market is moving, a setup appears that looks almost like yours, but it's missing one confirmation. You know that if you click buy, you are breaking your rules. But that little voice whispers, what if it runs without me? FOMO, fear of missing out, isn't a violent, loud emotion. It's not like panic. It is quiet. It is exactly like a mosquito buzzing in a dark room. It isn't loud enough to kill you, but it is annoying enough to keep you awake all night until you finally snap and swat at it. Real discipline isn't some heroic, movie worthy moment. Discipline is tiny, invisible, boring actions. It's turning off your phone before bed so you don't check the agent session. It's closing your laptop when there is no setup. No one will applaud you for it, but it is the only thing that will keep you alive. Act 4, Poison of a Lucky Win. I am going to tell you the single most dangerous thing that can happen to you in the market. It is not a massive loss. The most dangerous thing in trading is winning the wrong way. You get bored, you break your rules, you go all in on a terrible random setup just because you have a gut feeling, and ironically, the market shoots up. You win big. This is the ultimate trap. Your brain does not learn from logic, it learns from rewards. If you do something incredibly stupid, but the market rewards you with cash, your brain records that toxic behavior as correct. I did this years ago. I traded poorly on impulse. I won big, and I suddenly thought I was a market wizard. I trusted my feelings more than my data. And you can guess what happened next. The market took it all back with interest. The market doesn't always punish you immediately. Sometimes it gives you just enough time to become completely arrogant before it drops the hammer. Trading isn't a game of courage, it is a game of extreme humility. You have to be humble enough to accept a loss without explaining yourself to anyone. You have to be humble enough to admit you were wrong. Trying to prove to the market that you are a genius is the fastest way to lose everything. Act 5: The Invisible Killer. Mental fatigue. There is a type of loss that does not show up on your broker statement. You can't measure it in pips or percentages, but it kills traders faster than any market crash. Accumulated fatigue. Trading isn't a 9 to 5 job. When you clock out of a normal job, you go home. But the market, it never sleeps. The chart is always there. What exhausts trader isn't losing money. It is the agonizing requirement to be alert 24/7. Even when you are eating dinner with your family, a tiny percentage of your brain is wondering where is gold right now. It's like a single drop of water falling on a rock. On day one, nothing happens. But after 3 years, the rock is worn away. I used to pride myself on my hustle. I stared at the charts 12 hours a day. But eventually, I realized my decisions were getting slower. I was making stupid mistakes. Not because I forgot how to trade, but because my mental battery was at 1%. When you are fatigued, you still think you are fine. You still click the mouse, but the quality of your decisions is garbage. You set a stop loss for your trades. Do you set a stop loss for yourself? Stopping is a professional strategy. There are days where the absolute most profitable thing you can do is not open your charting app at all. After 9 years, I don't count my success by how many percentages I made this month. I count very strange things. How many times did I close the chart on time, even when the market was tempting? How many mornings did I wake up without immediately grabbing my phone to check prices? How many times did I take a loss, say, oh well, next week? And most importantly, do I still actually enjoy this profession? People have a massive illusion about trading. They think once I make $1 million, then I will finally be calm. It is the exact opposite. Only when you learn to be calm will you be able to keep the money. Money does not buy peace, it just amplifies exactly who you already are. If you are anxious with $1,000 account, you will have a panic attack with $100,000 account. I no longer feel the need to prove myself to anyone on the internet. If there is one thing you take away from my 9 years in the trenches, let it be this. Do not try to become the fastest money maker. Become the one who survives the longest. Because in this game, the last person standing is the one who takes home the prize. If you are ready to stop gambling and start surviving, hit the subscribe button to Market Sector. Let me know in the comments which of these lessons hit you the hardest, and I will see you in the next video.